What's up, my YouTube family? Sergeant Graybeard back with another Division 2 video. Today is Tuesday, July 27th, and as always, I hope this message finds you healthy and safe. In today's video, my friends, I'll be going over the weekly vendor resets for DC, New York, and the Dark Zone. I'd like to talk about the new league that starts today, as well as pass along a few friendly reminders I feel you should be doing every Tuesday. Now, if you happen to be new here, first of all, welcome. Secondly, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to be a part of our gaming family. And if you enjoyed this or found it helpful at all, take a quick second and hit that like button. It really does help us out. Finally, as most of you know, we have giveaways here, and our current one is for a $100 gift card to either Xbox, PlayStation, or Steam, depending on which platform you're on, and all you need to do to enter is either subscribe here or follow us on Twitter. Either way is fine. The winner will be announced this upcoming Sunday, August 1st, and as I've mentioned in every giveaway video, please keep in mind that watching our content is not a requirement to win. Only watch the things here you may enjoy. That's why you have the option of entering via Twitter. Having said that, let's get into today's video. Now, for those of you that would like to jump ahead to the vendors themselves, feel free to go to the 2-minute and 45-second mark in the video now. For everyone else, you can see here the Dusk League began today, and it is once again another opportunity to earn some extra stuff in the game. All you need to do is complete different challenges, which will gain you those progression tiers. And keep in mind that this goes on for 2 weeks, and your progression will transfer from week 1 to week 2. And not only that, this does not need to be activated. It is going on automatically the whole time. Moving on to this week's invaded missions, they are Bank Headquarters, Potomac Event Center, and the Federal Emergency Bunker. Once you clear those 3, you will have access to Manning National Zoo, and once you've cleared that, you will then have access to Tidal Basin. Today also happens to be the day that the weekly projects reset. It is a great opportunity to earn some exotic caches in the game. You have the weekly summit project, you have the weekly shade requisition, and for those of you that have the ability, you also have the weekly legendary mission as well. Now moving on to the vendors themselves, most of you that have seen these previous videos, you know I pretty much rip through these things. However, for new and returning players, I strongly suggest take your time because you always want to look for anything that can strengthen your recalibration library. Starting off in the White House main lobby, we have a Bellstone Armory vest. Pretty decent roll there. Then we have a Banshee. Once again, you know, this is not a good roll. However, you can see at the bottom, I can improve the health damage in my recalibration library. So I'm going to buy this thing. Next, we have a pretty okay AR. Below that, we had a handgun, then a backpack, then some body armor, pretty decent body armor, some mods and skill attachments. Now let's make our way to the clan vendor. We start off here, my friends, with the named LMG, Quiet Roar. This is really not that good of a roll. I'd pass on that. Below that, we have an Eclipse Protocol mask. Let's see what we have going on there. Again, you can re-roll that attribute any way you want. Then we have a backpack, some gloves underneath that. Continuing on, we have a shotgun. Let's see what that looks like. Pretty good there. Okay, pretty decent roll there. Again, you're at that 70-75% mark for all the stats, so that's pretty good. Then we have a pretty decent SMG, mask, backpack, pretty good there. Really nice knee pads here. I definitely picked those up. These are pretty decent. Next, we have a Wyvern backpack. Let's see what we have. Okay there. Then we have some body armor, mods, and that's a pretty good crit hit chance. You know what? If you don't have that 5% or higher, I say pick it up. Now let's make our way to the campus. Here, my friends, we begin with what do we start with? Named LMG. So, you know, this really isn't a good roll. However, if you're like myself and you want to pick up all the named items in the game, I say grab it while you can. Below that was a marksman rifle. Then we had another LMG. Really nice mask here. You're going to re-roll that core attribute. I definitely picked that up. Below that, we have a holster, then some mods and skill attachments. Nothing too crazy here. Now let's make our way to the theater, see what we have, my friends. And we start off with the named shotgun. Pretty decent roll there. Again, that talent is a lot of fun to use. We have the double barrel sawed-off, then a classic M1A, some gloves. Below that, we have some knee pads, then some mods and skill attachments. Now let's make our way to the first Dark Zone West. Most of you know by now that when it comes to the Dark Zone, I typically only use these vendors to try to find those Dark Zone exclusive items. Anything else I'm going to try to farm for in the open world. You can see here you have the rock and roll shotgun. It may not be the best roll, but again, for so many players that haven't been able to pick it up, now's the time to do it. Below that, we had another shotgun, a rifle, some gloves, knee pads, some more gloves here, some more knee pads, mods, and skill attachments. Now let's make our way to the next Dark Zone South. Here we begin with the, what do we have, my friends? The Door Kicker's Knock. This thing is absolutely awesome. It's a really good piece of gear. I do not like this roll, but the talent on here, Perfect Spark, is a monster. It is fantastic for just a hybrid build because you're getting that damage and it's a really, really good piece. Definitely recommend picking it up if you don't have it as yet. Below that, we have a pretty decent P90. Then we have an AR, handgun, backpack. Let's see what we have underneath with the body armor. Nothing too crazy. Another backpack. Yeah, again, same thing. Body armor, mods, and skill attachments. Now the final Dark Zone East. And as we roll up, let's see what we have. We start off with the pinprick. It's a really good roll here. You're going to obviously, re-roll that core attribute. I don't really use this weapon that often. I've used it, here and there for certain builds. But again, if it's something you're looking for, now you have the time to buy it. Below that, we have another marksman rifle, then an LMG. Next, we have an Aces and Eights mask. Pretty decent roll there. Then some hardwired holster, Let's see what this Murakami mask is like. Again, nothing too crazy here than a holster, mods, and skill attachments. Now let's make our way to the final two vendors in New York. And as I start to wrap this video up, my friends, as always, I want to take a moment and thank you all for your continued support. We know that there's really nothing new to do in the game right now. However, the fact that you take the time on a daily or weekly basis, you stop by here, you watch this content, sincerely means the world to me. One more thing I want to mention really quick, my friends, is that I'm going to start covering other games within the next month. However, that will not change my content for the division. I'll still be doing news videos and vendor resets and farming and, diplomats and all this stuff. And obviously, once we get that new content, I will be covering that as well. Some of you have also reached out to the channel recently asking how you can help support the channel, whether it's through Patreon or memberships, things like that. It's something I've been considering. I'm going through a few different options right now, and in the video on Friday, the Family Friday video, hopefully I'll have an update at that point. I actually put out a survey in regards to memberships on the community page of the channel, so if you happen to have a moment, you want to go over there, check it out, give me your feedback, I'd really appreciate it. Let me know, things you may want to see as far as memberships go, and just your input would be greatly appreciated. On that note, my friends, I'm going to wrap this up. However, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well. But most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.